Hi everybody, welcome to Boxing Time. On this channel you will learn a lot of news from the world of boxing. So here we go. Lightweight contender Frank Martin is dropping hints about an upcoming significant bout, and speculation is swirling that he might be the opponent for Gervonta Tank Davis on March 30th, marking PBC's debut on Amazon Prime Video PPV. There's growing anticipation that the undefeated number 3 WBA fighter the Ghost Martin, 18-0, 12 KOs, could be slated to face WBA regular lightweight champion Tank Davis, 29-0, 27 KOs, on March 30th. It is crucial for PBC to match Gervonta against a formidable opponent like Martin to ensure successful viewership on Amazon Prime. The fear is that lackluster matchups might jeopardize PBC's standing with Amazon, urging them to deliver compelling fights. Matching Tank against a solid contender like Martin is imperative, especially after the disappointing display by Gervonta's last opponent Ryan Garcia, who retired in their bout. Martin's punching power, boxing skills, and impressive record make him a compelling match for Gervonta Tank Davis on March 30th. Unlike Tank's recent opponents, such as Ryan Garcia and Rolando Raleigh Romero, Martin possesses the potential to pose a real threat. PBC and Gervonta need a fighter who can bring drama and excitement to the March 30th event. Another lackluster performance is not an option, especially after Tank seemed to take it easy in his last two fights, only unleashing his full power in the later rounds. Frank Martin has been steadily climbing the ranks in the lightweight division, securing an impressive 12-round unanimous decision win over Artem Harat-Union in July. Despite a relatively quiet 2023 with only one fight, Martin's previous years saw victories over previously undefeated opponents like Michel Rivera, Jackson Mainrez, and Romero Duno. Given PBC's expanded schedule with 12 to 14 dates on Amazon Prime Video, there should be ample opportunities to keep Martin active this year, potentially with 2 or even 3 fights. At 29, Martin cannot afford to fight only once a year, as it could hinder his momentum or lead to aging out of the competitive scene. For PBC and Gervonta, this bout is not just about maintaining a partnership with Amazon Prime Video. It's about revitalizing Tank's image as a dominant force in the lightweight division. A victory over a skilled and undefeated contender like Frank Martin could be the catalyst for Gervonta Tank Davis to solidify his status as a true boxing superstar. As the negotiations and speculations continue, one thing is clear: the potential matchup between Martin and Tank Davis has the makings of a compelling and crucial moment in the world of boxing. Fans await eagerly to see if the Ghost can haunt the undefeated record of Tank Davis and make his mark as a force to be reckoned with in the sport. Jack Catterall, 28-1 with 13 knockouts, has affirmed his commitment to a rematch with former undisputed champion Josh Taylor, 19-1 with 13 knockouts, indicating that Taylor has accepted the offers. However, critics argue that this move is a step backward for Catterall, as he is set to face a supposedly past his prime Taylor. This rematch, they argue, holds little value for Catterall's career, offering little beyond a payday, given that Taylor is no longer considered among the top contenders at 140 pounds.
After the last fight in October, I was told from my promoters, from my manager, that we was going to make the Taylor fight.
Catterall acknowledges that he is still awaiting confirmation of the fight's date and location, but remains determined for redemption. It has been 2 years since Catterall's controversial split decision loss to Taylor in February 2022 in Glasgow, Scotland. Despite this, skeptics believe that the timing for the rematch is less than ideal, especially after Catterall's recent one-sided defeat to Teofimo Lopez last June. Many in the boxing community have lost interest in a Taylor versus Catterall rematch, arguing that too much time has passed. Some suggest that Catterall will be better off moving on from the loss and focusing on more relevant opponents.
I was in a position a couple of weeks ago when offer was made for the fight and I accepted, which ultimately meant that Ditchin's fight was not on the table. For me, this is a much bigger fight, a personal fight, and a fight which I believe he's accepted as well. So going down the route of the IBF, although I was grateful for that opportunity, right now this is a much bigger fight for me.
Taylor is perceived by some as a faded force and is moving up to the 147-pound division. Beating Taylor now may not earn Catterall the credit he seeks, as Taylor is considered by some as past his prime. Critics argue that aside from local interest, the rematch appears pointless, and Catterall should consider facing other, more relevant contenders in the division. Names like Richardson Hitchens, Arnold Barboza, Gary Antoine Russell, Sandor Martin, Jose Ramirez, Ismael Barroso, Liam Paro, and Regis Prograis are suggested as potentially more challenging opponents for Catterall. However, doubts linger as to whether Catterall can emerge victorious against these contenders, given their perceived superior talent and punching power.
Fight's not happened through no fault of my own. We had the fight, we've both gone and done our thing since. He's boxed Lopez, he's been beat, which is unfortunate for him. I picked up 2 wins last year.
While some view the rematch with Taylor as Catterall's best option to keep his career alive, there are concerns that it won't elevate him to the status of a world champion or improve his standing. Additionally, it may not open doors to lucrative fights against the likes of Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney. The initial excitement for the Taylor vs. Catterall rematch in 2022 has waned, with both fighters having limited activity in the past 2 years, and other contenders moving ahead in the rankings due to Catterall's loss, inactivity, and facing weaker opposition. Reports are that Canelo Alvarez will defend his undisputed super middleweight championship against Jermall Charlo on May 4th on Amazon Prime Video PPV. Jermall, 33-0, 22 KOs, will be Canelo's next opponent on May 4th on Cinco de Mayo weekend, and there is a tremendous amount of interest from fans on social media for this fight. This is the Charlo brother that Canelo originally wanted last September, but when he wasn't available, his twin brother, Jermall, who is less rugged and powerful as him, stepped in and fought the Mexican star, and a terrible job, losing a wide 12-round decision. For the fans who were hoping that Canelo, February 2nd, 39 KOs, would face David Benavidez next, they're not happy because that's the fight that they've been asking for. Benavidez has had his problems, losing his WBC 168 pounds title twice, once on the scales and another time from a failed drug test. Additionally, the Mexican monster Benavidez and his dad, Jose Sr., have been an annoying irritant with the way they've been constantly pressing Canelo for a fight, and at this point, it's fair to say they've burned their bridges. If Canelo isn't going to fight Benavidez, and he has plenty of reasons why he wouldn't, WBC middleweight champion Jermall is an excellent choice. Jermall is not like his twin brother Jermall, who put on an embarrassingly poor performance last September, fighting timidly and losing a wide 12-round unanimous decision to Canelo. Jermall is a different type of opponent for Canelo, someone who will meet him in the center of the ring and look to engage. Unlike his twin Jermall, the more dangerous Jermall has a fearsome warrior instinct and wants to go to war with his opponents. He's not afraid to get hit. If Canelo is going to beat Jermall, he's going to need to outslug him because that's the kind of fight it'll be. Jermall recently returned to the ring after a long 2+ year layoff to defeat Jose Benavidez Jr. by a 10-round unanimous decision, and he looked almost as good as he'd been in the past. ESPN collaborator Bernardo Pilati has confirmed that Jermall will be Canelo's next opponent. Subscribe. Please like and comment. This is very important for the development of the channel. See you later.